All right, Shalom Makyam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And according to Holy Scriptures, we're God's chosen people. Shalom to all the brothers out there pushing his knowledge and sincerity and truth. Shalom to the few sisters. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who are scattered abroad. And what you're looking at is a true depiction of the one you're going to be called Jesus Christ, whose real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. The one you're going to be called God or Jehovah. And they are so-called black men, according to the scriptures, meaning men of pigmentation, dark-skinned men. All right. So get straight into this lesson today. Still dealing with upwars of the people, and the scriptures say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. So that's the society we are living in today, where the wicked are in authority, and the world right now we're living in are in mourning. Okay, because Esau, the so-called white man, is ruling. Pretty much he's a wicked, evil, unjust ruler who's trying to establish a new world order which will backfire. And the Lord is on his way, man, to ultimately take this damn devil out of his power seat. But it's gonna come over here to the United States of America real soon. All these different protests and all that stuff, because Esau is going to clamp down on Babylon. The Lord is going to allow him to do that because you Israelites out here are comfortable. So the other nations are in mourning right now, and you Israelites are going to be in serious mourning, mainly over here in America. And you're going to see what time it is, man. So without further ado, play this video and get into the scriptures, and Lord willing, this edifying lesson unto the very elect.
Protest leaders in Iraq have announced a pause in organized demonstrations to give the government more time to come up with solutions to their demands. The Prime Minister, Adel Abdul Mahdi, has refused to resign, but he has promised to reshuffle his cabinet. At least 40 people were killed and 2,000 injured in protests across the country on Friday. Security forces used live rounds and tear gas against demonstrators. The protests began 3 weeks ago against corruption, lack of jobs, and economic hardship despite the country's massive oil revenues. Ali Makbul sent this report from northern Iraq. Anti-government demonstrators took to the streets of Baghdad in their thousands, surging towards its green zone. But as they did, they were met by tear gas and clashes with the police. The violence marked exactly 1 year of the current government, another year filled with economic hardship for Iraqis, spiraling unemployment, and poor provision of basic services. Already this month, nearly 200 protesters have been killed across the country in a brutal response by the state to the demonstrations. He was standing next to me when he was attacked by the security forces, says this man, and they attacked him. These are the most violent days in Iraq since the country declared victory over the Islamic State group 2 years ago. But the frustration has built up through years of broken promises of a better future. Many were killed and vast numbers injured in these latest clashes, but they vowed to keep taking to the streets until they see change. Ali Makbul, BBC News in North.
Right. So now let's elaborate what's going on in Iraq, okay? So number one, they're not God's people. They are the Ishmaelites. That's the so-called Arabs from the line of Ishmael, okay? But now, due to the fact the so-called white man is ruling, he invaded Iraq years back, 2004, 2005, of taking down the Hassan, what's the name? Saddam Hussein, taking down his regime, right? saying this guy is cruel, he's a dictator, he's evil, all this madness. They pushed the propaganda on the people. This guy has weapons of mass destruction. Okay, but when this guy was in authority, his people were not rising up like this. His economy was all right. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta, with this knowledge, you open your eyes, man. The Lord open your eyes to what's really going on. This so-called white man is a damn devil. So they took Saddam out, supposedly. Now the country's all messed up. And I've seen it with my own eyes. The country is all messed up, man. You see what I'm saying? Compared to when Saddam Hussein was in power. They went over there, they got the fucking oil, man. This white man with his military might, the beast system, is evil, man. It's fucking evil. So that's why the Lord is allowing all these upwars and all this stuff. These people are mad. Everybody's fed up. And they're going to come to the United States real soon. When the Lord allow things to clamp down, man. All types of upwars are going on, man. And there's another video at the bottom. Anti-government protests continue in Iraq. Things are out of hand, man. There's a certain, let me get into the scriptures, man. Something is not right. There's a certain power structure and rulership that needs to be taken out of power. Job 9:24 breaks it down clearly. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right now, this whole entire planet, this globe, is being controlled by evil power structure, evil power source, the wicked. Let's look up the word wicked, okay? Okay, it's so Rashai, yep, Rashai, okay, wicked, criminal, a guilty one guilty of crime, wicked, hostile to the Most High, wicked, guilty of sin against God or man. That's Esau, man. It goes down to the Strong's definition. It says morally wrong, condemned, guilty, ungodly, wicked man that did wrong, ultimately to the Most High and his people. You see that? So was his Proverbs? Can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And really, the righteous represents the Israelites. So the elect. So under King Solomon and King David, these nations were not suffering these type of hardships, man. You understand what I'm saying? What the Lord showed with King David and King Solomon is a prelude to how our kingdom is going to be forever. Ultimately, we went to war under the tabernacle of David. We're gonna have to. We at war right now, but it's about to get physical under King David. So after that, we're gonna be able to rule in righteousness. The earth is gonna be at peace under Yahweh Shai, the reincarnation of King Solomon. Get it? All right, plain and simple. It says, but when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. And you see that, man. These people are in mourning. The whole world is in mourning. Let's play this video real quick.
In Iraq, where at least 3 people have died as demonstrators march in a number of cities across the country to protest against corruption and a lack of jobs and services. Security forces used tear gas and stun grenades to push protesters back. The protests began hours after Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi promised to reshuffle his cabinet and introduce sweeping reforms.
Right. Right, man. On the Saddam Hussein, this was not going on, man. So goddamn so-called white man is a fucking liar. He's a criminal, man. He's the real criminal. You understand what I'm saying, man? So let's get into some precepts real quick. Let's dealing with the Persian and Mede Empire. Well, was this guy Xerxes was ruling, and you had this one Edomite named Haman, the Haggagite, whatever you say. He wanted to kill off the Jews. At that time, the Jews was collectively Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. Okay? And at that time, the dude Xerxes had a queen, the so-called black woman, Esther, from the tribe of Benjamin, and her uncle from the tribe of Benjamin, Mordecai, that executed the plans of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to protect us. And it all backfired against that damn Edomite. Let me see. Trying to find it, man. Forgive me real quick. You know what? I'm going to read the whole chapter. It says, on that day did the king Azorius, Hazazoris, if I'm saying it right, let him say it.
Strong's H325. Achashverosh. Achashverosh.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, but the Hebrew is something totally different. But I'm looking for the title Xerxes. All right, Xerxes, the one from 300. Okay, the Bible is real. So on that day, did the king Ahasuerus gave the house of Haman, the Jews, enemy unto Esther the queen, and Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. You understand what I'm saying? Because this guy Haman is an Edomite. He wanted to kill us off, man. He wanted to hang us. So this whole hanging thing it's deep, man. Haman, okay? It says, chief minister of Ahasuerus, enemy of Mordecai, and the Jews who plotted to kill the Jews, but being foiled by Esther, was hanged with his family on the gallows he had made for Mordecai. Okay? And he took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it to Mordecai. And Esther sent Mordecai over the house of Haman. Okay? So even in captivity under the Persians and the Medes, we were in the position of authority as well. We were able to keep our customs, our laws, and all that stuff. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman, the Haggagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out the golden scepter toward Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king and said, if it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleased in his eyes, let it be written, to reverse the letters devised by Haman the son of Hammedatha the Haggagite, which he wrote to destroy the Jews, which are in all the king's provinces. For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people, or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred? So Esther was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? Then the king of Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen, and to Mordecai the Jew, behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him they have hanged upon the gallows because he laid his hand upon the Jews. All right? So his plan backfired. This damn Edomite. So Esau's plan is going to backfire, man. Everything he's doing. Write also for the Jews as it liketh you in the king's name, and seal it with a king's ring for the writing which is written in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring. May no man reverse. All right. Then when the king's scribes called at that time in the third month, that is the month of Shavan, On the 23rd day, therefore, it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews and to the lieutenants and the deputies and rulers and provinces which are from India unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and unto every people after their language, and unto the Jews according to their writing and according to their language. And he wrote in the king Ahasuerus' name, and sealed it with the king's ring, and sent letters by the post on horseback, and riders on mules, camels, and young dromedaries, wherein the king rendered the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together and to stand for their life. All right, and that's what we're doing today, man. The elect is gathering themselves together, and we're standing for our life. To destroy, to slay, and to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and the province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take spoil of them for a prey. See that? So this goddamn devil is coming again, man, because the wicked is in rulership, and he wants to destroy us. So that was the Spirit of the Lord hopped on this guy, Xerxes, to write this letter. All right. Upon one day in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, the copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, and that the Jews should be ready against the day to avenge themselves on their enemies. So the post that rode upon the mules and camels went out, being hastened and pressed on by the king's commandment, and the decree was given unto Shushan the palace. And Mordecai, from the tribe of Benjamin, bring this brother up. That was Esther uncle. That's his cousin and adopted father of Queen Esther. Salaki about that. Son of Jair, the tribe of Benjamin, deliverer unto divine providence of the children of Israel from the destruction plotted by Haman, the chief minister of Ahasuerus, the institutor of the feast of Purim. Okay? A Jew who returned from exile with Zerubbabel. So that's the main point. That's how the feast of Purim came about. Because Mordecai wanted us to hang us all, man. Want to kill us off. Esau. The Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. In every province and every city, whatsoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness and a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them. So in our kingdom, I'm sorry, I just messed it up. In our kingdom, man, under righteous authority, everyone will be glad, man. Ain't gonna be no freaking madness going on, man. Because madness is going on right now in Esau rulership. Because why? The wicked are in authority. Read it again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So when we get back in power, everybody's going to be in rejoice mode, man. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, yeah, you're going to have to build back up our kingdom, our cities and all that. But it's going to be, these nations going to be taken care of, man. After they served 1,000 years of slavery, man, they're going to have their lands and all that stuff back. It's going to be no more mourning on the planet. No more this uprising. You know what I'm saying? Madness is going on right now, man. Everything is out of control. But it says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The earth is in a mourning state, man. Psalm 72:1. Give the king thy judgment, O power, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment. All right, the mountains shall bring peace to the people. So when Israel get back into power, we're going to bring peace unto the people. And the little hills by thy righteousness. And the little hills represents us brothers going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. We're going to go up throughout the whole planet and bring forth righteousness. The Lord's going to be downloaded in us. We're going to be emulating everything of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressors. So the oppressors will be broken in pieces, man. Into shivers, man. Taken out of power. That's Esau. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and the moon endure it throughout all generations. All right? Nobody really fears Esau right now, man. But under our rulership, everybody's going to fear us. He shall come down like a rain upon the mow grass as the showers that watered the earth. Okay? In the day shall the righteous flourish in the abundance of peace so long as the moon endure it. So the abundance of peace will be under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai rulership, man. Right now, the whole world is messed up. Isaiah 32:1, it said, behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. That's what we seek in righteousness, man. It says, princes shall rule in judgment. Joint ears with Yahushai. All right? It says, it goes on to a man shall be hiding place. All right? It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I raise unto David a righteous branch. So we trying to be part of that righteous branch with Yahushai. And the king shall reign and prosper and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. There's no proper judgment and justice in the earth. True justice and just judgment is going to come when Esau is taken out of power. In his days, Judah shall be saved and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is the name wherein he shall be called Yahweh, our righteousness. Still with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. All right? So, man, we ain't got long left. The wicked being in authority. The wicked being in rulership, man. They about to be taken out of power, man. True depiction of the one ignorantly called God or Jehovah, whose real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. All right? Get a true depiction of the one ignorantly called Jesus Christ real quick. I'm going to go back up. That should be it. All right? So with that, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.